This light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Don't let Satan blow it out, I'm gonna let it shine. Don't let Satan blow it out, I'm gonna let it shine. Don't let Satan blow it out, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Good morning, class. Let's see what's in our mystery box. It's a branch from a bush. See how it's green, and this time of year is fall and it's starting to turn colors. It's turning red. So here's our story. Remember our story from last week? It was about Moses. There was a mean king who wanted to kill all the babies. So Moses' mother hid him in a basket in the river. And the sister Miriam watched the basket and Moses to see what would happen, if they would be okay. And here's the princess who found Moses in the basket, and she took him in to live in the palace. That was the king's very own daughter. And there Moses grew in the palace. And here he is in our story today, all grown up. And our story is called The Burning Bush. When Moses grew up, he left the palace. He did not like to see how the king made his people work so hard. He went to another land. There he took care of the sheep. There they are. He had to give them water and food and make sure they're safe from wolves. This is what happened one day. While he was watching the sheep, he saw a bush covered with fire, but it did not burn up. When he went closer to see the bush, God called him. Moses, I want you to go to the king. Tell him to let my people leave Egypt. Moses was afraid, but God said, I will be with you. I promise I will bring the people out of Egypt. I will lead them to a special land. But Moses was still afraid. So God said, throw down the rod you are holding. Moses threw it down. It turned into a snake. God said, pick it up again. So Moses picked it up. It turned back into a rod. God said, I will use signs like this to show the king that I am with you. So Moses went back to Egypt. He told his people that God would take them out of Egypt. He would lead them to a new land. So next week we'll hear about their journey to the new land. Can you find your picture? Here's Moses taking care of the sheep. There's the rod that he used to watch after the sheep. And there's the bush that didn't burn up. So it started out being green, so let's color that part green. And then the flames, that would be more like red or yellow or orange. And the sheep, we paint or color them white. Do you have paints? Do you have crayons? Do you have pencils? What will you use today? And there's the mountains. They could be green or they could be brown. The rocks, they're probably brown. What color will you make Moses' outfit? I'll color a little bit here with you. I'm going to start with the green bush. When God was talking to Moses at the burning bush, one thing he said to Moses was, this is holy ground, so I want you to take your shoes off. Do you have your shoes on or off right now? All right, here's some orange and here's some red. think I'll color them together. You ever tried to color with 2 crayons? There's the flames coming out. But the whole bush does not burn up. I can color the picture later. So do you remember how to spell Moses? Starts with an M, then an O, and an S, and an E, and an S. Moses. Let's talk about the pictures. Last week, we had the main king. I'll put him here. And then there was baby Moses. The mother hid safely in the river and the princess found him. And now our story today, Moses is all grown up and he's taking care of the sheep. And then God talks to him in a burning bush. The king, baby Moses, grown-up Moses, and the burning bush where God is talking. This branch that I brought, this is from my yard, and it really is called the burning bush because it's green in the summertime, and then at fall time it starts to turn colors, just like in our story. Now, if you want to do a craft, see if you can find a plastic cup, some tissue paper, green like how the bush starts out, and then red like the flames when it's burning. Do you have one of these little candles? It lights up, but it doesn't burn up either. And then you need a glue stick. So we'll put some green on here, and some red. Maybe you have some orange or maybe some yellow. Are the leaves starting to turn colors in your yard? Yes, it's fall. Okay, then you put the candle inside. You see it? As you take walks around your neighborhood, look for the trees that are starting to turn colors. And then remember the story of Moses and God and the burning bush. Bye. See you next week.